everybody, this is Joey, aka Dreamer, and this time I am doing another video. This is going to be on my favorite autographs in my collection, so we're going to do that. And let me just tell you a pet peeve I have when people are recording and their audio and you can hear them breathing through their nose or mouth because the microphone's too close. Well, I'm using my earbud earpiece because I've realized audio is better. So if I do that, I am so sorry. I'm like, I don't know. I'm doing probably what I complain about. Anyhow, so let's get on. These are not very many, and I'll explain each one. Well, geez, let's get to this one here. This one is right here by Gabe Crate and Parker. This was, basically that was, a friend of mine was friends with, this artist, who drew the Tick. So, and it was Comic-Con, which one was that one anyways? 2015, Gabe Crate and Kerry Parker. And he's friends with them. I'm friends with him. So he knew how much of a comic buff I am. And so he was like, dude, they're staying at my house. So they did me a sketch. Right there. And they're filmmakers. So, you got to check them out. What was it? One of the movies they made, short films they've been winning awards on. I'll have to talk about it later. But this was the comic book they gave me. Signed. And they did me the sketch. And they did oh yeah, here's the other one. The Flickers by Gabe Crate. Look at that. Personalize it. That's awesome, man. I love shit like that. That's so dope. Alright, so that's that one. I'm going to go through these ones I'm not really too familiar with. Start with this one right here. Okay, this one is Harbinger. What number is that? Number 18? Okay, that's Harbinger. That one's signed by Maurice Fontenot. Or Fontenot. So, that's where that one came from. Pretty neato. And a lot of these I got, like random places. This is the X-Force, Messiah War X-Force. That one is the second printing variant. That one's signed by Clayton Crane. See if I can get in there and get a better... I want to zoom in so you can see it. But I don't know. How important is the autograph to see? He signed right there at the... You can see Clayton Crane. And Kyle and Yost, I actually have another one that's... They also signed. Right there. Gotta love movie magic. Just reappear. So that one's Clayton Crane. And... see, there's Clayton Crane, Craig Kyle, and Christopher Yost. All three of them. And those, believe it or not, were... comic collector guy. I was at the swap meet just selling random stuff, and I looked through some of his shit, and bam, I was like, those are legit. You know what I mean? Those are like those autographs, and then when you match them up with, you know, their autographs on CGC stuff or anything that's been authenticated or graded, and you're like, oh, score. I like this series because Wolverine's in it and whatnot. So, and I don't even want to name who that guy is right there because he was just in a movie. Maybe not. But anyways, that's that. This is Shadowhawk, signed by Jim Valentino. And I think this book was with Rob Liefeld. you know, creator of Deadpool, and Jim Valentino. So this book was called Who is Shadowhawk? So this one's a pretty cool one. I think you should actually see this autograph up close because it's dope. And I like it's got the metallic cover. That's what makes these cool. You know what I mean? I like them. Now this one's Deathmate. Okay, this was like a Deathmate tour, Image Valiant comics. So, and I've seen several of these out there, and it's crazy because you'll have a variety of totally different artists and signed. Because if you open the book, it's like a yearbook almost of all these different from Joe Quesada to Rob Liefeld to Jim Lee, Liefeld, Joe Quesada. There's just a lot of them. I mean, and unfortunately, this book isn't signed by any of those guys. It's actually signed by Don Perlin, Mike Leake, Norm Rapmund, Marat Mike McHale, Yvel Goucher, Kevin Joseph Van Hook. And I got that from I think another collector also, tucked away in between books and stuff. So I saw that, and so I started comparing this one with the other Deathmate Tour Silver books, and that's how I knew like what it was. I had to research it, so I didn't know. I totally didn't know who this was. I just thought like, hey, this is like a unique book. You know what I mean? And I was like, it shows Rob Liefeld, Jim Lee, all young, very young, and like there's a bunch of different people inside this book. I think it's so awesome. It's not it's in really good condition, but it does have spine ticks and stuff. So, but moving on. Okay, this one is, as it says, a scorching first issue, DC Comics. My Name is Holocaust. This one's signed by Tommy Edwards. He was the penciler, if I'm correct on this one. This was a pretty cool book too. He signed it in gold. There we go, Tommy Edwards. So, yeah, no. I wonder if that whole snapping of the fingers makes the books disappear. Let's try that now. I guess so. That's so cool. This one's okay, this is more popular than I thought. I did not realize how many Cry for Dawn books are out there, or just Dawn books or whatever. Like I don't know. I'm not gonna pretend to know. Cry for Dawn. But this one's signed by Joe Lisner and Joe Monk, or Joseph Lisner and Joseph Monk. So that was kind of cool. This one was a really cool book to find. You can tell they didn't let it, when you sign in silver paint pens, you have to let them dry. I saw Rob Liefeld do this when he was signing my stuff. He knew already, And these guys, you can tell they didn't wait for it to dry because there's smudge marks. Like they were signing and then probably moving the comic books on. And this is actually volume 1. So, and I'm not sure what issue this one is, but yeah. Totally cool. Totally digging that one. That one's pretty cool because I was looking at values out of curiosity. So, all right, let's try that. Let's try that finger snap again, see if it works again. Let's see. Wow, that's so cool. Stupid, right? Okay, so this one is actually called Raggedy Man, signed by T.M. Lowe and John Hicks. And this book is really cool. It's like a double cover almost. Okay, let's look at this one. See what I mean? I'm a gimmick guy. I love comics. The gimmick comics. I can't say that. But underneath this black cover is the cover of what the comic book's supposed to be like. Like when you get a blank variant, you know how the top's the white blank, so we can do. I'm an artist, so I do sign work on them. And then there's a real cover underneath it. That's how this one is. So it's pretty cool. Not to toot the horn, but this is one of my favorite ones right here. So this is one of my favorite right here. Todd McFarlane. This I did not win the contest. I entered to win the contest, but I didn't. Someone else did, and that's how I got it. Let me get this one up close. This one's worth being up close to show you. Look how cool that is, man, right? Yeah, that is just so dope. I love that one. Look at that. Todd McFarlane. It was when he was trying to get like 200,000 followers, and then he was going to give like stuff away, like 200 autographs. This one's number, where's the number? Okay, can you see that? 128 out of 200. And the back has nothing. It was just, I should have kept the envelope because I got the envelope with it too. And I think maybe I kept it. It was like McFarlane Toys. So that's pretty cool. I can't snap. How do you snap to make it do? It's not disappearing. God, I can't whistle, can't snap, can't jump, can't spit. Just kidding. It's because my fingers are sore. Anyways, let's try it again. I guess that one sort of worked. I'm being retarded about it, ain't I? Okay, so this one's a really cool one. I really like this one. Not really much to say about this one, actually, other than, I mean, once I get up close and show you, can you see all the signatures on this one? Let me see if I can zoom in there, and then I'll go little by little. Dan Slott, Mitch and Elizabeth Breitweiser, Stan Lee, Mike McCone, and John Romita Jr. Look at that. Got them all in there. Dan Slott, Mitch, and Elizabeth. I mean, this, let me see if I can like zoom out. I love looking at other people's videos of their autographs, and this is my first time doing one, so if I don't do a very good job, my apologies, because I've never done one. There's Dan Slott, there's Romita, there's Stan when he was signing really good. There's that couple there. This book gets graded as a 9.6. This is awesome. That is awesome. I love books like that. I really do. They're just something about autographs, because you know that they had to, put their hand on the book. They need to rest their hand or their palm or something. So each one, it's like, and I know Stanley signed so much stuff, and he was always been a fan favorite for me. Even though we got a lot of great artists out there, Stan was just kind of someone that resonated with me a lot. And I'll tell you why once we get into these next couple coming up here. So, I don't need to do anything. Let's just move along. Actually, let's get into these guys right here. Let's go. Bam! This one is a white cover blank. It's double signed, so it's by Corey or Carl Braun, I think. Oh, sorry, I was like not even showing you. So it's like double the, like 2 autographs. Is book number 208 out of 250, and then this side is where it's signed as well. So. And then this, you open up the book, and it's called Dreamcatcher, book 2. You can see that. Yeah, there we go. There we go. I love Lady Death. I like Lady Death. Like, love, all that good stuff. This is a chromium cover. This is signed by 3, doesn't say 3 dudes, 3 different people, but I love the style of artwork. I mean, look at that. I love chromium covers. Old English lettering there for the font. It's embossed. And look at that, clean. I always put my, favorite comics inside Mylar covers. There's the 3 autographs right there. It's like a Jason or something. And there's 3. And then on the back, there's the COA. There's like a convention there, Heroes Convention in Charlotte, North Carolina. So that's that. Oh, my printer is warming up right in the middle of my video. This one's pretty cool. This is Ultraverse Prime, and it's signed by Breyfogle. But look at this one. He's got a sketch. That's dope. That's awesome. Of the character. I like that kind of stuff. I got this one in a box of comics I bought. And it was just sitting there inside there. Like, I love when the dates and all that stuff are in there. And I'm thinking, holy crap, that's so cool. Like, I live in the city that this came from. And I know where that Santa Maria Inn, it's one of the oldest hotel we have in the city, so. And so that's cool, right? That's cool. I don't know anything about the story. Sorry, totally can't help you there. But might be able to help here. This is Evangeline. Evangeline. This is, okay. I've always wondered why they don't, when they have chromium covers, why the chromium covers aren't refractors or reflections. And for those of you who collected sports cards in the 90s and whatnot, and even nowadays are familiar with refractors on the chromium cards. And this was the first time I've ever seen a chromium cover with the refractor layer on it. Look at that. Oh, man, holy shit, this is awesome. I love this. This one's so awesome. It's so sick, man. I swear. I could be so vulgar about this. This is this shit's awesome. I just like the fact that it was like that. Because I always thought that why didn't like the Spider-Man 300 reprint chromium? Like, imagine if they would have done one like that. You know what I mean? So it's signed and like it's a wraparound cover, so it goes all the way around. That's what I like about these covers. I love chromiums. So that is that. That is that. Now, with this one, I won't even tell you who signed it. You should just know. If I show you, it's right there. You already know. You're like, yep. Yep. Right? Totally cool. I was going through some comics, and I was going through a box of comics like I'd bought like a randoms, and that was in there. And that's the thing, like and I'm reading a lot of the posts that members do in our groups, our comic book groups, and they always talk about like stuff they got, stuff they like, oh, this was in there, they found it in a blind box when they do a blind buy or something. And I'm like, I never really find stuff like that. And as soon as I saw this one, I was like, oh, holy shit, man, I got Romita in there. Sweet. So that was my happy-go-lucky moment. Don't adjust your screen. You are seeing triple nipples. Okay, so this one was from the when Rob came here to LA. He came to LA for a convention. Frankensons, for those of you who are familiar with that, in Frankensons when he came down, and some of you probably even were there. I was VIP, and there wasn't that many VIPs, let me tell you. So he was like, hey, if you're VIP, then I'll sign 2 extra things for free, just throws them in there. So these are the ones I got. This one right here with, DP and cable. He's really pushing his seal of, and then you get the matching one. So that was cool. It's like double authentication, This one I brought to him because it's his work. Him doing the cover, I was like, right on. He really liked this one. he was making some comments about this particular one because it's Deadpool, and it had Wolverine, and so I was kind of like, sweet. I wanted them both in there, so. And then this Domino is one of the free ones that that I got from him for being VIP. And what I didn't like was like, and I mean, no offense, Rob, but you know, they were telling you you're VIP, you don't have to wait in line. You see something up here you want to buy, you just, you know, you don't wait in line. You just come to the front. I was like, oh shit, you're saying that kind of loud, you know. So these are the exclusive ones. So, and these certificates are pretty gnarly. I like them. I like the way they're made. They're red foil. I don't know if I can show that. Get an angle on that. But they're foil, and then you got the lettering and serial number and all that. So I thought that's pretty cool. And I also got like 2 giant little mini posters he also signed, and he put like maximum effort little saying on there. All right, moving on. Here we go with the Dan Slott. Dan Slott, look at this Spider-Man. This one was cool. This is $7.93. In the run, we're getting closer to the Red Goblin. I like this cover. I won this in an auction, like free. So it's totally cool. Signed by Dan Slott. January 12th. Geez, almost exactly a year ago. Holy crap, I didn't even notice that. So that's cool. Here we go with the Cates. Donny Cates Venom. This one I like. This one, yeah, this was another auction win. I remember I hadn't been there very long, and I bought several items in the auctions. Like if you buy so many on like the Facebook auctions, then you get entered for the drawing. I wasn't even there 30 minutes in. I won this at the end. Midtown Comics. If you've never been there, you got to go there, especially if you live in the area. When I went to New York to visit, I went to Midtown. Customer service sucked butt. They sucked ass. It was just in the front, upstairs, and the statues. They were all cool, but the ones below is like they were really rude. They were just like kind of like I was standing in the wrong line, and they didn't tell me until the last minute, and so I had to go all the way back in line. And granted, you know, there was signs, but there were so many people. There's just stuff going on, and it was hectic. So I guess it could be look at it from 2 different ways, but you know. All right, let me do my Thanos finger snap. And she appears. Moon Girl and the Devil Dinosaur. Okay, this one's cool too. This is issue number 1. Montclair and Reader. Brandon Montclair and Amy Reader have signed this book. I think it's cool. And you know what's crazy is I haven't even read it. How shameful, right? My bad. Anyways. Now this is a GameStop exclusive. When GameStop was doing comics, you know, I remember how they were selling comics in the store, and then they had some exclusives that you could use your points for. I'd use my points, and you could buy stuff. It's like, hey, James, we're so glad you cashed in your points for this really awesome item. Amazing Spider-Man #1 exclusive comic. Autographed. I have to say, we really love it when members get these cool rewards. Now go build up that point balance back up so we can send you some more great stuff. You know, so, and I'm like, I am not James. My name is Joey, a.k.a. Dreamer. So this is a pretty cool one right there. I was totally stoked. Found this one at a video game store. And you know that this is an homage to Spider-Man Black Suit coming out of the grave, if I remember correctly. So yeah, that one's pretty cool. Okay, so here we go with some Stan Lee stuff. This one was for the premiere of Avengers in Hollywood at the El Capitan Theater. My feet are going to sleep. standing here trying to do this. Okay, so like they only had so many, so so many were signed, and the rest were like kind of handed out at the El Capitan, because it's also where they have the Chinese Man Theater where they do premieres and stuff. Well, this one was at the El Capitan, so this is one. Excuse me, sorry. And this was part of a package I got from Stanley's company. He did it for 2 years, meaning he only did it for like 2 months each year. And within that small 30 to 60 day window, he was selling mystery boxes where you were guaranteed one autograph and like 3 or 4 exclusives, like from Stanley variant, And so I had sent him a letter and just kind of related to him, and I got a post-it note that said, "Enjoy the extras." So I thought that was cool because I was hoping, because I ordered it during their, I guess they have a holiday break where they're shut down for a couple of weeks. Like, oh, nothing will come shipped out till January if you order during December. Like if you ordered after December like 18th, like they weren't going to ship it out till like January 6th. And I had ordered it in that time where they were shut down. I sent them a note. I said, "Thank you, no rush, appreciate it." Just this is one of the ones I got. I was stoked. I'm like, I got an autograph, because they also said you have the chance to actually get dual signature. You may get like a dual signed comic exclusive, but not guaranteed. But you have the potential. So I was stoked when I got this one, because one of the next ones I saw was this one. I was like, whoa. I was like, oh shit. I got another one autographed. And this one's got Humberto Ramos and Stan Lee. Ooh, jeez. And this exclusive's the, let me see if I can get that. The Comicado toy store, so Spider-Gwen. #1 variant. So that was so awesome. That was so awesome. Love that. Love this one. Of course, they all came with stickers, so they all had this already on them. They were on the bag, so. And I was like, I want to take it off and put it on a Mylar bag, But yeah, doesn't kind of work that way. Come on, let me try it. So that's that one. And then I got this confusing one. And the post-it note that was on the bubble wrap and package said, "Enjoy the extras." This was one of those extras that was in there. And I couldn't figure out, if you can see this. I couldn't figure out whose name that was. Could not figure it out. I was looking and looking, and I had gone onto his website, and I found it. I figured out it was his wife. It was Joan Lee, and I was like, oh my god, holy shit, because I was like stoked. I'm like, oh my god, he gave me, that was just epic. So I was totally stoked. It's a Stanley exclusive variant, and it's signed by him and his wife. So yeah, that happened. You know what I mean? And then if that wasn't enough, this one. This was the cherry on top. This was the, like, this is where I fell off my chair, because Scott Campbell autograph, Stanley autograph, his wife autograph. What's up with the focus? But I was just so jazzed. I mean, I can't even think of an adjective to describe how I still feel about it. I love these hologram signs right there. I could just sit there and stare at him like, wow. Anyway, so that was the cherry on top. And here's some other ones I didn't show yet. Aaron Cutter. This one I won in an auction too. Midtown Comics, COA. Donnie Cates. The Aaron Cutter cover. I think he wrote this one, right? Sorry, I had never seen this cover. And I've seen it since now. But, yeah, that was awesome. I'm a huge Venom fan, so I'm just going to kind of go through here. And this one is the Mark Bagley and Randy Emberlin. 1,000 of these are signed number. This is number 466. I'm sorry there. Mark Bagley. Again, I'm a foil. I'm a foil fan. Like, I love, look at that. Like, and then it's numbered, what's the number? Yeah. Can you imagine doing 1,000 of these? Let's see if I can. Yeah, there we go. So, I really like that one in my collection. And also, if someone can correct me if I'm wrong, but isn't that the first appearance of Michelle She-Venom? I think her first appearance is in this issue through number 375. Something like that. Someone can correct me. Post in the comments. Let me know. Educate me. But anyways, that's that. So, last but not least, thanks for hanging in there, folks, is this guy, George Perez. And I had an email conversation back and forth with him. And I was telling him about the authenticity of this. And he was telling me about it. Because this was something I had also got in a blind box. And I didn't realize it was signed. And then when I did, he was like, oh. And then he told me where to get the COA. I just folded it up and put it back there. But Infinity Gauntlet. Yeah. I've had that for a few years. Love it. Love it. I've been fortunate and blessed and lucky to come across the things that I have, because they're treasures to me, regardless of low value, no value, or high value. I just I totally appreciate it. It's like, let me see a signature good there. So that was awesome that I got to communicate through email that way, and because I wanted to make sure it was legit and not, But anyways, that's it. Thanks for hanging on. Thanks for kicking back and chilling with me as I went through my signatures and stuff, and let me be excited over them, because I still get excited over this shit. You know what I mean? I'm totally jazzed. I'm totally into it. It's totally far out, and being able to share it is awesome too. So, and so again, share, like, subscribe, and post links. If you have a autograph collection of comics, post it in the comments. Post links to yours, and I'll totally watch them. I love that. I'm a collector. Remember, I'm a collector too. So that's why I kind of like doing this. So anyhow, really, really appreciate you all. One thing I forgot to add was my Steve Ditko autograph. This one I had, where I work, I wanted to send Mr. Ditko something nice because I get it. Everybody's always asking from him and wanting something from him, and I've seen all the letters. I've seen the way he responds to people, how he corresponds and shit. I see all that, and I'm just like, dude, wow, man, homie's like, I don't know, maybe he's at that age where he's just straight to the point and doesn't lollygag around or something. I mean, I don't know. I wanted to give him something, so I sent him like a little care package of some trinkets from where I work. And it's rocket related, outer space stuff. So like literally stuff that's been to space. And so I do this like around February. I'd probably say, last 2 weeks in February. And next thing you know, I get about a week afterwards, I get the purple package back. See, I sent him this. I printed that out and on the envelope, and then I also did another envelope because I'm an artist. I did a full envelope with his name, fancied it really nice. I gotta find pictures, and maybe I can post this in the video. But he sent me everything back I sent him, and he even sent me stamps, and then he sent me, and then so that came in a separate package, okay. The bubble mailer packaging he sent me had all the stuff that I had sent him, and it wasn't very much, and that got sent back. And then about 3 or 4 days after that arrived, this letter came, and in the letter, in the envelope, it had that letter sent back to me, but he kept the artwork of the envelope I did. He kept that. So I was like, at least he kept something. And then he sent me this letter, and it was just like, dear Joey, the questions you ask are not important to my life and well-being. My focus is on what's next. Your enclosed items are things that I have no use for or space for. Regards, Steve Ditko. But the kicker was the date. That's my birthday. There's no way he could have known that. You know what I mean? So that was where I was like, that's awesome. That is awesome. I always wanted the autograph of, Spidey's my favorite character. He's one of my top three, so, and I'm sure he is with everybody, but it's just, come on, Spider-Man watching me. But so to get his autograph and then a letter and then dated on my birthday, I was like, perfect, because I was trying to give him some. So anyways, I just figured I'd add this last tidbit on Mr. Ditko. And for those of us, for those of you who also got letters from him, you know how he responds. And and people had asked me for his address, and I'd always given it out. A lot of people don't like to give it out, but now that he's passed, rest in peace. I don't think we can do much more now. So, but anyhow, all right, guys. Okay, now I'm really out of here. All right, talk to you guys later. And thanks for watching again. Sub, like, and share. Sub, like, and share. Sub, like, and share. There we go. Come on. You know it. Because I'm actually going to do a giveaway at 100. That's nothing compared to all you people that have like thousands and thousands and thousands. Here I am just trying to get to 100. Anyways, talk to you guys later, and thanks for watching.